There's a man in the NBA about to turn down $278 million. Not because he wants less money, because turning it down is exactly how he gets $80 million more. The richest contract in the history of the sport is sitting there waiting for him, and the only way to sign it is to refuse the one on the table right now. That's not loyalty, it's not indecision. It's a rule almost nobody in the league is disciplined enough to use. We read the fine print so you don't have to.
Fading away. Ridiculous! Oh my gosh! Jokić is out on the break. Here he comes. He rams it home. Take that!
They tried to soft layup the time before, and he didn't mess around that one.
Count the goal! Nikola Jokić! The Serbian heave once again.
The man is Nikola Jokić, three-time MVP, a champion, runner-up for the award of each of the last 2 years. By most measures, the best player alive. This summer, the Denver Nuggets hand him a supermax extension, 4 years, $278 million. Around $70 million a year. For most players, that's the number you sprint to sign. Jokić isn't signing it, and he isn't signing it because the NBA's own rulebook contains something strange. A rule that pays its biggest stars more to wait, and punishes the ones too eager to cash in now. Let's be clear about what he's turning down, because it makes the decision look crazy at first. $278 million, guaranteed, 4 years. It's the supermax, the highest tier the league allows, reserved for a handful of players, worth 35% of the entire salary cap. That's the richest kind of deal in the sport. He's 31, he's already earned more than $300 million in his career, and he's said over and over that he wants to be a Nugget for life.
I mean, I don't think about it. I think those contracts, extensions comes as a reward, as something that is natural to the sport, especially in today's NBA, how you see how the salary cap is growing and everything. So my plan is to be Nuggets forever, so that's my answer. Nugget forever, or Nuggets never. No.
The pen is right there. Every incentive says sign. So, when the best player in the world looks at the guaranteed $278 million and pushes it back across the table, you gotta ask the only question that matters. Why would anyone say no to that? Now here's the fine print, and it's the whole game. Because of how many years Jokić has played, the extension he can sign this summer is capped at 4 years. That's the ceiling, 4 years. $278 million. But he has one more lever. He's under contract for next season already, with a player option worth $62.8 million for the year after. If he declines that option and waits until the summer of 2027, the math changes completely. By waiting 1 year, he can sign for 5 years instead of 4, an extra guaranteed season, and off a bigger, higher salary cap. 5 years, $359.5 million. That's the largest contract in the history of the NBA, bigger than the deal Boston gave Jason Tatum for the record. And the gap between signing now and waiting 1 year? $81.5 million. $81 million for doing nothing but wait in 12 months. That's the rule. Sign early, you're capped. Wait, and the league hands you an extra year and $80 million for your patience. This is his second straight year using it. He passed on a smaller extension last summer for the exact same reason. And it's why, when reporters asked, Jokić didn't talk about loyalty. He called it what it is: strictly business.
That, to me, is one of the biggest questions of the whole summer. Like, will he sign it, and then what happens if he doesn't? Now, I think he's going to, but until he says, I'm signing it, and we see him sign it, I'm at least going to wonder if it's going to happen or not.
He's at least in a position right now where he should at least think about it, right? I would
it
imagine.
Depends on what his goals are.
Here's what the $80 million rule doesn't tell you. Waiting isn't a free lunch, it's a bet. And the thing he's betting is his own body. Jokić is 31. The next contract, whichever one he signs, carries him deep into his late 30s. And he said plainly he has no intention of playing into his 40s. Which means this isn't just another deal. This is very likely the last major contract of his career, his retirement number. Now put those two facts together. The richest contract in league history is on the other side of one more season. One more year of a 300-pound center's knees, ankles, and back. One serious injury between now and the summer of 27, and that $359 million deal doesn't just shrink, it vanishes. The safe $278 million he pushed away doesn't come back. That's the gamble hiding inside the smart move. $80 million of upside guaranteed by nothing but his health and one more good year. And there's a second cost, quieter. Every year a superstar declines to sign, rival teams lean in. The league watched Giannis and Milwaukee end in a trade.
Back in the building, and Shams is up early as we had major breaking news in the NBA that profoundly changes the landscape of the Eastern Conference. Giannis Antetokounmpo taking his talents to South Beach. The Bucks trading him to the Heat in exchange for a package headlined by Tyler Hero. Milwaukee spurning an offer made by Boston that included Jaylen Brown and 2 first-round picks.
Insiders have already floated the same warning about Denver. The longer the best player alive goes unsigned, the more the rest of the league starts to wonder if he's really staying. So the same rule that pays him $80 million to wait also keeps a door cracked open behind him. Patience has a price tag on both sides.
Depends on what his goals are. Like if he wants to just be in Denver, sure, great, be in Denver. But if he wants to look at, okay, do I want to have the best chance to win a championship? It's going to be hard to do that in Denver with where they sit and where this team sits and where Oklahoma City sits. Like the rest of these teams in the West have a lot of work to do.
So, go back to the beginning. The best player in the world pushing away a guaranteed $250 million. From the outside it looks reckless, or disloyal, or indecisive. It's none of those. It's the most rational move the rulebook allows, run by one of a few stars cold enough to run it. He isn't gambling on a whim. He's reading a rule most players never bother to, and holding his nerve for 12 months to turn it into the richest contract in sports history. The fine print doesn't reward the best player, it rewards the one who can wait. That rule is sitting in the same rulebook for every star in the league. Most of them grab the money the second it's offered. Guaranteed today beats bigger tomorrow, and you can't blame them. But a handful read the fine print, they see the fork, they wait, and they walk away with the biggest contracts in history, not because they were the most talented, but because they were the most patient. Jokić is about to make $80 million for doing absolutely nothing but waiting. The league wrote the rule, he just had the discipline to use it. If the math is wrong, show us the document. This is Beyond the Buzzer.